tell me where to go?
We're doing, what? Twitch plays LCC, plays Final Fantasy VI?
Yes. I'll just ignore everything.
Chad is definitely back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, someone's asking how you do the equipping in battles. You go into your item menu, and if you push up when you're in your item menu, you'll get into their right and left hand equipment, and you just go in there, switch whatever's in your inventory there. Well, whatever you can switch in there.
Yeah, it's only your hands, your weapon and shield, basically, that you can change during battle.
Yeah, you can do that in all three of these games too, but FF6 is where it's used by far the most.
Yeah, it's also used in the sketch glitch route to pretty much break the game into pieces. Because using sketch, you can make some items equipable that shouldn't be equipped. And because of that, crazy stuff happens.
Yeah. Sketch glitch is memory corruption, basically. It's where you're abusing a glitch that just lets you kind of reprogram the game to let you skip like over an hour worth of it, and then also skip the final boss too.
Sadly, you won't see that.
This will definitely make a more exciting finish to the relay, though, just because they actually fight the Kafka instead of just sneezing and then ending the run.
I love that you end it with sneezing.
Yep.
In the sketch route. You're allergic to Kafka?
Well, he does have sand in his boots. Ooh, Bic dodged the soft lock, I see.
Yeah, I don't think he safety saved before going in there.
Yeah.
Ooh,
YOLO
living
strats.
dangerously.
Well, when you're actually manipulating stuff, it pretty much never happens. Because it has to be like on a certain value.
I mean, even if you're not, if you're bashing the text when you come in, it's very, very unlikely too. But has happened on multiple occasions. Most notably to Mr. ME.
Yeah, if only we could get one of those, the banquet lock. That's one we haven't seen during one of these my gosh, my brain. One of these relay races. Actually, no, I don't want to see that relay race. That would be sad. But it could happen one day.
There's so many ways this game can lock. It's kind of ridiculous.
It's really true.
Well, I think Fathlo discovered a new one not too long ago with just the game deciding it had enough after the airship crash cutscene.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I think Fathlo's part is on its last legs, because if you watch his PV, he's got a very interesting Kafka fight.
Yeah, every time the tier changed, it like glitches out like it's sketch or something. That's pretty nice.
So maybe he just needs to clean it.
You get the river lock too, which I've only seen once in my entire life.
I don't know what that lock is. I haven't heard of these.
Basically, if you get into a battle on the river, I've only actually seen it happen with 3 enemies on screen. But if you run away or it like terminates the battle, it'll just be black with the music playing, and then it just stays there.
Oh, fun!
Yeah.
So I've seen that happen to one person on emulator, and I saw it happen to Fathlo in a run.
Yeah, stuff like that is why if I'm actually paying any attention at all to the credits during the ending, I always start laughing during the quality assurance testers part of the credits.
Oh, those precious souls.
There's actually a second lock in the Returner's hideout too. After you say no to Bannon, sometimes NPCs that are supposed to walk on the screen to be part of the cutscene just aren't, and then Bannon just looks down, all sad, and just stays there. It's pretty nice.
This game.
Okay, so it sounded like Fathlo was trying to do seed manipulation because already had some issues with it. There's kind of two levels of it that you could do. The first, which is pretty easy, is to just manipulate the Velt, which is where you go in Sabin's scenario and find Gao and jump into a raging river and stuff like that. you can actually manipulate which battles you get there, but you can also take it a step further and try to manipulate like every battle in the game. But then it becomes kind of like what the FF5 runners were doing, where every step you take matters outside of a few very isolated circumstances. And also NPC movement matters too, just because if you dawdle too much in areas with randomly moving NPCs, that can mess it up.
You'll notice that's also the reason Vic just saved and reloaded to try and manipulate the battles in the river.
Yeah, because I know one of the seed manipulation routes, if you do a save and reset before getting on the raft, you can guarantee getting a 2 battle river, which is perfect.
Yeah, 2 battles the fewest you can get.
Yeah, the river used to be really a run killer without manipulation. A lot of the times you could get tons of battles, and you're like, if I was just luckier.
Yeah. What he's doing here too is he's having Edgar get all the experience from killing 2 pterodons, and that's to level him up a bit mostly for the Opera House coming up later. It's more basically just kind of experience micromanagement by having part of your party run away, so that the rest gets more experience. Because you don't get any experience from bosses in this game, but you do get it from some force battles. Almagus with the Kutan Brigade.
He said practice.
Well, if he wanted to be really clever, he could name each of them after the Moogle that he's replacing the slot of, too, when he names the character. We'll save that for another day, I guess.
Almost time for the manager of Team Ultros Boogie to make an appearance.
Yeah.
Look at
Oh,
it.
Ultros Boogie!
Does someone want to explain how Ultros 1 works as far as like his attack order and the strats?
Yeah, I guess I can.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So pretty much the way it kind of goes is Ultros has very specific set targeting. He does the same thing every time except for his initial opening attack. So if you line up your turn order to set it up in a way where you're weight tricking when Ultros has not very much ATB filled up, and then you're not weight tricking when he doesn't, you can only really get hit once by his tentacle. So it ends up skipping like 2 attacks that you normally get in most cases if you're not trying to do that. So it's using the fire counterattack to kind of delay his turn from coming up.
And Essentia, do you want to explain what the weight trick is?
Yeah, the weight trick is whenever you go into a menu, like the item menu or magic menu, it's like time stops, and so everyone's ATB stops filling. And so you can do that, one way to take advantage of that is like if you've told, 3 of your characters, if you've given them actions and you're on your 4th one, you can go into a menu with that 4th character and it will stop the enemy's ATB from filling, and that way they'll get fewer turns. And that's just one way to take advantage of it, but there's a bunch of other things you can do too. And for Ultros here, yeah, like you're saying, there's very specific times you want to do it.
Yeah, because you don't want to be constantly doing it, because it does slow you down too, because your characters aren't gaining ATB towards their next turn. But if you do it strategically, you can basically cancel enemies from getting extra attacks off. Yeah. Bic, your mic is really quiet too. You want to bump it up a bit.
One cool thing about the strat too is that Terra gets hit, and then her hit points generally gets low enough to be critical, so she can randomly do a desperation sometimes.
How many times have people actually gotten that in runs?
I've seen it once.
Yeah, the odds of getting desperation moves, which are basically limit breaks, is pretty low. I mean,
It's 1 in 20, isn't it?
1 in 16.
Well, and
16.
it's
Oh.
only after so much time in the battle has passed that you can even get
Yeah,
it.
it's roughly 30 seconds.
Yeah, around that. So if 30 seconds haven't passed, then you have no chance of getting it.
Still, I know in the early days, it was magical the first time you see a desperation attack. It was... I mean, that's how
Yeah.
we beat Atma Weapon the first time. It was like, what?
What just happened?
What just happened?
I was completely floored the first time I got one too. I think it was Locks that I got for the first time, and then I just like, what? There was nothing in the manual about that.
So it looks like Big got Shadow. Is that pretty much something that everyone's doing now? Is getting Shadow?
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I think it's potential. You have the potential to get faster. You're just using the black belt strat, but the odds of that being faster than getting Shadow aren't very high.
Mm.
And plus, for a race, it's with Shadow is a lot safer.
Yeah.
The black belt strat that had been used, Sabin would basically equip a black belt during the Templar fight that happened.
And you also had to get the black belt in the first place too.
That's also true.
There's a 1 in 8 chance that you don't get the black belt.
Mm-hmm. You'd never know that watching runs, though, because it seems to happen way more often than that.
Very true. But yeah, basically get the black belt, defend, and then during that fight, everyone attacks him, and he just counterattacks and destroys. That's the hope.
But if your counterattack rate isn't very good, or you get like critical, you can die.
Hmm. Okay, who's gonna sing Mustache Man?
We could all do it together.
Yeah. Anyone?
Oh, maybe when the next person gets there.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Person number 2.
If I knew the words better, I would totally do it.
All I really know is Mustache.
That's all you need to know. Okay. Let's see. Is Bick gonna get the
Okay, will I get
black
the
belt?
black belt? Yes or no? Let's see.
He got it. Good.
So if you're getting Shadow, you don't actually use the black belt, but you do still want it to sell for 3,000 gil later.
Hmm. Yeah, there's not a trick in this game to get money fast like in FF4.
Which is kind of surprising, just given that this is by far the glitchiest of the 3 games. But yeah,
It's like
there isn't really an easy way to get a lot of money quickly. I mean, you could with the sketch glitch, but that's not quick. I mean, you have to get Rome first.
Just realized how funny the black belt is, though. It's like, hey, you want to pretend that you're a martial arts master? Put this on. It's like punch. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like you're gonna have to refresh Pathlos.
I just did.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's back now.
Oh man, Shadow's up there, hiding in the shadows.
Yeah, if you do get Shadow, then you can win the Templar fight just by front rowing both of them to kill the grunts, and then either throw stuff or use blitzes on the Templars. Having a third character for the grunts battles with Cyan speeds all those up too.
Hmm. And in a speedrun, there's no chance that Shadow will run away because he can only run in random encounters if you actually finish the battle.
I'm still waiting for the day that somebody gets like back attacked on the overworld, and then Interceptor kills the enemy, and Shadow runs away after that. So. I know I saw LCC kill a B-Core with Interceptor that back attacked him once, although Shadow did not leave afterwards.
Can Shadow leave in back attacks?
I don't know, actually.
Good question.
Yeah.
I haven't looked into it. Coming soon.
We will have the answer.
Yeah. Oh, and if anyone's curious why he's doing Sabin's scenario first, it's for item management basically, because the Nekia, the town you go through at the end here, is your first opportunity to buy smoke bombs, which they're like the flee command from FF5, where when you use one, you just instantly run away from any battle. It's not considered a boss, and because there's a lot of characters in this game that are very bad at running away. Having smoke bombs just saves a lot of time because of just being able to instantly run away.
It's really nice that everyone has a shared inventory. Because Sabin buys the smoke bombs, and then Locke and Tara can use them, even though they're clear across on the other side of the world.
Yeah, and in the Kefka's tower too, you can. I call those the interdimensional pockets, basically, where you can pass your force shield back and forth. Oh, the purple Kool-Aid.
Oh no, they're just sleeping. It's gonna be fine. You don't see the bodies later. It's fine.
How do I know that anyone really died?
Well, what is it you told your girls about Chrono? They went away, or?
Yeah. Well, I just said Lavos took him away. They were getting kind of sad, and I couldn't tell them. They're like, "Where's Chrono?" And I'm like, "Lavos just took him away. We're gonna get him back. Don't worry." So whenever I'm playing that part and Chrono's gone, they're like, "Where's Chrono? Are you gonna get him back?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Uh-oh. Fast little flirting with the returner soft block there.
Oh, I missed it because I was talking in the Skype chat. I have not gotten that personally, but I've come within half a step of getting it, in practice once or twice.
Alright, am I any louder?
Oh yeah, that sounds great actually. So what we're talking about with the returner soft lock too is the randomly moving returner NPC that's near the table. If he manages to get in between the room that's leading you to Bandon's room and your party leader, then the game freezes basically because you're stuck there and don't have control.
Yeah. Empty eyes telling stories about my kids.
Yeah, I definitely subscribe to the theory that Doma Sentry, in his rage at being abandoned into a plot hole, becomes Rexol in the world of Ruin.
Remember, Go-Go is actually Daryl, okay? Daryl never dies.
I haven't heard that one
Dar-
before.
Yeah, there's so
on.
many fan theories on who Go-Go is. Gestall survived falling off the floating continent and is hiding his face is another one.
He is way too agile, okay? Can't be Gestalt.
Well, he's slow though. I mean, his speed is pretty slow, pretty bad.
Oh, well, okay, you got a point.
Okay, so for the FF5 crew, it sounds like Deln and Genya are in for Lufia 2, and Happy and Dragon are in for Mystic Quest. They more want to punish punish their friends, though, more than anything else.
No Earthbound love. How sad.
Don't worry, I got Earthbound.
Earthbound's getting a lot of love from the poll, though. It's ahead by about 50 votes right now from the other two.
Oh yeah. I love that there are the two Magitech armors there. Then Shadow just has to run off. He's like, oh, where's one for me? Ah. They just don't care about him. They're like, Shadow, whatever. Well, it got quiet in here.
It's talking to Niram about the bonus voting to try to get that updated. So yeah, for these battles you fight in the Magitech, I always get a kick out of because the enemies charge at you, but then you can like get pincered by them or surprise attack them and stuff, just because they're considered normal battles.
Okay, LCC avoided the soft lock there. Good, good. Well, one of them. Oh, are we doing suplexing the train, by the way?
I certainly hope so.
Yes.
Good. Honestly, you're disqualified if you don't suplex, okay?
You automatically lose.
Well, you better have a nice excuse, like getting amped and not equipping the white cape. In which case, you should have equipped the white cape.
Yeah, that's not a good excuse. What are you talking about?
No one would ever do that.
No. Ooh, what happens if you suplex yourself? High Spirits is asking.
Hilarity ensues. I mean, you can set it up by queuing suplex while Evil Toot is going off, and then if Sabin gets confused, he'll retarget himself. But the highlight that Dreambaum has, it was even a step beyond in that he hadn't queued anything yet, so the game chose suplex from all of his possible moves, and then chose himself as the target.
Oh, wow. So far, it looks like everyone's had pretty decent luck.
These ghosts are kind of the spiritual successors to the dwarf from FF4, when they can get in your way if you're not doing the seed manipulations that controls NPC movement too. And yeah, this battle, no escape. But oh well, I guess this one is actually no escape because it's a pincer. I'll just say it's no escape, but you can still run away. Okay, so Fathlo is going to be the next to reach where we need to sing the Mustache Man song instead of forgetting this time.
We've got to have singing in an FF6 run.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And once you've done the Sabin scenario, it's not quite as significant which you do next, but if they do lock, then that means they'll have running shoes that you get there to use in Terra's scenario for a little bit of speed during the encounters in the cave. I don't think we explained yet, too, for this run that they're shortening the characters' names, well, most of them are, to save small amounts of time during text boxes all throughout the run. They're doing they're going to do that for every character except Mog and Gogo, just because they come so late in the run that it's not worth it there.
It only saves like seconds, but every second counts.
Yeah, it's more than 0. Yeah.
Except for El Magus.
Yeah.
I hear some kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
What-
hear kids in the background. That's
I hear happy kids though, which is the important part.
at least they're being happy right
Oh,
now.
good. If they come in, I'm telling them about Chrono.
Ooh. Chrono isn't coming home from the farm.
I don't know what they're doing out there.
I like how this run has even just for little things like how you trigger cutscenes. There's lots and lots of very little optimizations you can do, like where Fathlo is the start of the camp. If you take a step right instead of down, that saves like a fraction of a second basically on starting the cutscene with Kefka and the soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did we get a suplex? I didn't see a suplex.
That hasn't happened yet. Well, now it's happening.
Alright, it's almost time for
I
Mustache
guess
Man.
I just wasn't looking. Yay, suplex!
Alright.
Okay, yay. Chat is showing me that they
Vic has a legitimate run now.
Yay, okay. Perfect.
One moment, sir. For Mustache Man, the samurai. You can do it. Drop the black belt. You can do it. Oh, I believe in you. Do not fail me.
Oh, Mustache Man. Mustache man.
Mustache man.
Mustache man.
Mustache man.
Alright, so anyway, let's see if Fathlo gets the black belt. I'm sure that sounded very chaotic because of the Skype delay too.
It's fine. It's fine.
13 of 100 nobles were impressed.
Oh, and I didn't even see if he got it too because of the. I'm looking on the the OBS preview, so there's a lot of lag there.
Yeah, Carrie, at this part, do you tell them that Cyan's family just goes away as well?
Okay, you did get the black belt.
Oh, good. Good. Black belt
Just
high.
go on a fun train ride.
Choo-choo! Okay, LCC, we get to see LCC. Whether or not you get the black belt.
So this battle here with Cyan is one of the few times you actually turn battle speed up. Just since you're using retort, you want him to attack you as fast as possible.
Yeah, and then opening. I mean, you need to go into the menu anyway to equip sprint shoes, so changing the battle speed doesn't really add much to that and saves time in the fight.
Yeah, somehow Cyan equips those sprint shoes that Sabin was carrying around, even though he hasn't met him yet.
Yep.
He opens his bag. Hey, look, there's some shoes here. Wonder where these came from. Now, Bish, Bick, I'm gonna keep pronouncing it wrong. Sorry. Right now, during the waterfall fight, you have to wait a certain amount of time before the boss will even show up. So that's what you're seeing right there, right now.
Yeah, before so much time has passed, it's about a minute. If you kill the piranhas, then more piranhas just show up. And it doesn't really matter how many you kill, you don't get extra experience or anything. So it's best to just wait until exactly when that time passes and kill the last piranha so that the boss appears as soon as possible.
Yeah. I know LCC is going to go for it. I guess we'll see on Fathlo and Magus too if they're going to go for a not really a new glitch, but a new application of a long-known glitch based around Cyan's retort move that you just saw on the guard leader to
looks like
save a little bit of time on Grizipas.
Looks like Bick did miss the manipulation one time. After he kills this last piranha, the boss will be there. Maybe not?
And you want this boss to die before it gets a second turn too, just because it has a good chance to use El Nino, which was a water attack that would most likely kill you if it does it. Does someone want to explain how blitz inputs work too? Because I'm sure people that have never seen this before are wondering how we're hitting them so accurately.
Yeah, well, for things like Orbital, if you look at the input, it says that you're supposed to do down and then diagonally down, left, and then left. But an easier way to do it is for the diagonal ones, if you push either one of those buttons, it'll work. So for Orbital, you can do down, down, left, or down, left, left, and either one will work. So I always do down, down, left for that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the game isn't capable of recognizing diagonal D-pad inputs, so it just kind of cheats by looking for one or the other. I mean, it's kind of meant to be like fighting game moves, where like Orbital is a quarter circle forward. But you can, and it would be actually slightly faster to do it that way, but you'd be missing a lot too, just because it's really hard to accurately hit blitzes that way.
So here on the Veld, if you weren't manipulating the Velt beforehand, before you start your run, there's a really good chance that you'll get an encounter here with the Templars, which you can't run away from. And so you have to kill them all, and it just is time consuming. So that's why a lot of runners now will set it up so that they know what battle they're going to get on the Velt first, so that you can actually run away and don't get those ones that are inescapable.
Unfortunately, Bick did get an inescapable one, a pincer attack there. Can't really predict that, though. It's just going to happen sometimes.
Can't do anything about the pincers, yeah.
That's a scripted pincer, actually.
Wait, which one?
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, because you're fighting basically the battle that you fought in the Magitek armor at the start of the game
yeah.
again. So that particular fight is always going to be a pincer.
Okay, never mind.
I know it sounds weird that we would plan to have a pincer attack, but it turns out that the overall route is actually the fastest, even with that in there. So,
Thank you for that, LCC.
I haven't really done many runs with the encounter manipulation, so this is kind of new to me too.
It's pretty non-trivial to learn, that's for sure. It's because you have to just practice how to get really accurate movement through pretty most of the game, basically. And then a few places where I think there's a few places in the route where you like take extra steps to make sure you get battles kind of in the right encounter zones.
Mm.
And then I mean, in order to continue the story, you need to find Gao, and it's random. Basically, it's I believe 5 out of 8 chance for Gao to appear whenever you win a battle on the Velt that's not either a back or pincer attack. And then both Sabin and Cyan have to be alive at the end for you to even get that chance to.
Yeah, if either Sabin or Cyan is dead, Gao won't show up.
Yeah, and you can lose. I mean, I've seen runners lose like 5 minutes or more at this part here if they just keep getting that trolled over and over again.
One thing about that people might not know is there's actually a few specific encounters that don't allow you to get Gao at all, because there's some enemies that occupy a slot position that Gao normally occupies.
Oh, okay.
So there's like, I think maybe 3 that you could probably get in a speedrun if you aren't manipulating anything. So that's a thing too.
Wait, come back, Laurelyn. I have something to tell you.
No, she just said they're going outside. She had to tell me that.
No, dang it.
I got the glitch with Cyan. Excellent.
Yeah, spoilers, this game is glitchy. There's one glitch that affects like AI controlled characters, whether they're yours or enemies, that where basically if you trigger a counterattack right when they're about to get a normal turn, their AI just locks up completely. I think it eventually wears off, but it's usually just bad because it throws off your timing for the fight that you're in. So when Cyan is AI controlled in the camp, he automatically has kind of the equivalent of a black belt and can counter if he gets hit. But that can also set off the counter cancel glitch, as we call it. Another pretty common place to get that is Daluma, which is a boss in about an hour and a half or so.
Oh yeah, the Kappa. Everyone,
Yeah.
everyone remembers Kappa.
Yeah. But yeah, Kappa is in the game though, just because that's what the imp status is called in the Japanese version. It's based off the creature from Japanese mythology called Kappa.
Who really likes eating either kids or cucumbers. If you have cucumbers near a kid, he's gonna choose the cucumber. Okay, that's just how you ward them off. Have cucumbers.
Always equip your kids with cucumbers.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just waiting to the NFL Magus' run when he's selecting his final party and he's like, Kutan, or Kutan, or Kutan. Oh boy.
Although the Claude isn't going to suplex the train again this time, sadly. Another thing I miss about MV not running this game anymore is his Mr. MV Kappa emote. And he also had Gestel Z too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My daughter still says he looks like a bunny rabbit. Bunny rabbit emperor.
Is that the same one that came up with Butterfly Mouth Lavos?
No, Celeste came up with the butterfly, and Laurelin came up with the bunny rabbit.
I gotta take a look at that. I haven't actually looked at him since. I've been afraid. I don't want that
You haven't seen
scarred
Laps's
into my memory.
butterfly mouth?
It does look like a butterfly. Wait. Let me leave this picture.
You can't ever unsee it now.
And for the Serpent Trench that Vic is in right now, he wants to go right on the first fort because that lets him skip unlike the river, all of the fights in the Serpent Trench are in fixed places, and you can skip 2 of them by taking the right fork, which takes you into a cave. And you want to do that for the first cave because it's a really short one, but the second cave is much longer, so it's faster to just take the fight and run away. Those angle forms, the eel-looking enemies, are pretty unpleasant too. Because if you get one by itself, which I think is only possible for the first Serpent Trench battle, you can get aqua raked, which has a risk of being a game over, depending on the damage variation. And even if they're not by themselves, they won't aqua rake, but then it's a really slow battle to run from.
Yeah, because enemies have like different values that kind of determine how hard they are to run away from. And most of the enemies have the same value, but there are a few that are just a little bit harder to run away from, and angloforms are one of them. And so when there's 2 of them, that makes it even harder to run away.
Yeah, and then your characters all have kind of their own skill at running away too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Locke is the best at running away. He says he's going to protect the girls, but he's always running away.
Yep. That generally ends up being his main contribution to the speed run too, is running away. Although because of how smoke bombs work, that helps too, just because he's the fastest by far.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of which, now Bick is loading up with smoke bombs after selling the black belt and some other loose equipment he has. Along with it buying a Magus hat too.
Yeah, that's for increasing magic power.
They're quite a bit fun in the Japanese version when you can equip 4 of them at once using the equipment glitch, but sadly in English you can only equip 1. But it gives you +5 magic and makes a pretty big difference if you have like a white dress and a elemental saber that also boost your magic power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fun in the Japanese version putting 4 Magus hats on Sabin and then having him do Aura Bolt. It does lots of damage.
Yeah, so right there LCC just walked back and forth to force this battle before transitioning screens, and that's just part of his route basically, to get the fights that he wants in the order he wants.
Still going. What a good enemy name. It's dead, but it's still going.
We've got Energizer batteries.
Holy
That's what
cow.
ghosts run on.
Maybe they're more bunnies than the Emperor. Come on, Carrie.
Bunny rabbit ghosts.
I haven't ever seen bunny rabbit ghosts in a game. We need those.
There's another
Okay.
Pincer on that no escape battle.
Oh.
MCC got a Pincer too.
Oh no. All part of the route, maybe?
Of course.
All right. Actually, if you look down at Bic, for those familiar with the route, this doesn't look weird. But if you've never seen a run before, we're skipping a huge portion in lock scenario. So you could walk through one of the guards if you do a little glitch, and because of that, just go backwards in this place in Narsh. Not Narsh. What am I talking about? South Figuro.
Figuro, yeah.
Figuro. Yeah, and then go find Celis and then leave, and that's all. You don't even have to get her though, but you'd end up with Kutan. I mean, El Magus would love that, but we're, we need.
He'd save frames on not having to rename Celis to Kutan if he did that. Oh, I guess we weren't paying enough attention. Fathlo actually suplexed Cyan.
Oh.
Oh,
I totally missed that.
Aw. Yeah,
that's okay. Cyan deserved it.
Yeah, here LCC is having to sit and wait for that ghost to get out of his way, because if he took extra steps to go around it, that would mess up his manipulation.
That ghost.
This route basically does lock scenario in reverse, because you're going in the back door that you're not supposed to be able to access without, because of that guard being in your way, by doing a glitch to kind of phase through him, and then you're naming Celis in order to actually have her exist instead of Kutan the Moogle, who was in her slot before that because of the Moogle battle in Narsh, and then he's gonna skip the cutscenes of actually rescuing Celis by going back kind of backwards to how, and then letting himself get beat up by the heavy armor soldier in order to send him back to the east side.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how you do this whole thing backwards. But you don't ever get the cider.
Yeah, you don't kill a guy to take the cider too.
No stealing clothes. So Locke is a lot better person.
Yeah, and he doesn't steal that key either.
Remember, glitches make you more moral, okay?
Yeah. And then also Bic going in and out of Duncan's house there was to respawn the soldier, basically, so that he can phase through him without having to wait for him to walk up and then down again.
There's a suplex. Okay,
Yay.
So LCC, good job for not suplexing Cyan. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that, Fathlo. We love you.
I'm bummed we weren't paying attention and missed that.
Ooh, poor Almegas, he's got a nasty pincer.
Oh yeah, I think you had one of these one time, Carrie. Didn't you get a desperation attack?
Yeah, in one practice I got like that same pincer.
Yeah, only not having shadow, so it was even worse.
Yeah, and Sabin had the black belt on, and so they kept attacking him, and they countered with a desperation attack.
That was such a good highlight.
Yeah, and then pincers, which are only in FF6 and 7, you can run away once you've killed all of the enemies on one side, but it looks like Almegas opted just to kill all of them because, probably just because Cyan is really bad at running away, so it might not have actually saved any time to run.
Or vengeance. That too.
Yeah, that's perfectly respectable.
Vengeance. Definitely vengeance.
Good. Okay, here goes the waterfall fight. Why is he attacking Cyan? Fathlo.
You'll see. I'll try to explain as best as I understand this after he does it.
I wonder if it's just because he wants Cyan to die, like on the belt or something.
Oh no,
Cyan
it's for the Rizapas fight.
Oh, is it?
It's a
okay.
it's a brand new strat.
Oh, okay, it's this. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Also,
haven't actually seen
Vic
this.
just one-shot tunnel armor with the Thunder Rod too. We'll kind of explain why rods are so overpowered after they get more of them later. All right, there we go.
Perfect. Psycho Cyan activated.
Yep. So yeah, there's a fairly well-known glitch called the Psycho-Cyan glitch, which kind of the most overpowered version of it involves killing Cyan and then imping him, and then that glitches him out so that he just starts attacking and never stops basically until all the enemies are dead, or never, and the game's soft locked if you're dealing with like invisible enemies or something. But this is kind of a lesser application of that, where they kill Cyan or have him start the battle dead and then revive him, and then if he gets revived and then uses retort after that, or I should say uses level 2 sword tech, that glitches him out so that he just starts using retort after other stuff happens in the battle, either your character's doing physical attacks or like counters being triggered. So I believe what happened there was they'd set up the glitch by killing and then reviving Cyan, and then killing the Piranha and Rizapas appearing both counted as actions that triggered the glitch. So then he did retort twice and killed him. I think LCC timed it to be about 14 seconds faster than just using Orbolt and Dispatch like Bic did.
Yeah, definitely it was faster.
Oh, definitely.
And you don't have to worry about El Nino.
Or even ice, which it does on the first turn.
Yeah.
Too.
Or
Yeah.
anything,
Yeah.
really.
If you're doing this strat, you do want to potion Cyan at some point, just so he doesn't die on the belt, because Cyan does need to be alive in order for you to get Gao.
Yeah, but here Fathlo got the inescapable battle on the belt that you usually get almost every time, unless you actually manipulate the belt seed.
Yeah, because the way I guess I won't go too into the weeds, but there's 64 possible kind of packs of monsters that can be active on the vault, and that active pack is stored in the cartridge's battery memory, and the packs get activated when you visit parts of the game that have those monsters in them. So by the time you come here, and if you do Sabin scenario first, I think there's only like somewhere between 10 and 12 packs active. So if the pack value is anything over 12, it rolls up to the next one above that, which is the Templars, because that's the pack for the Imperial camp.
Just want to mention that the strat I did on Rhizopus actually skips his death animation.
Oh
yeah, I missed that.
So
Yeah,
basically, if you trigger the retort with a physical attack that attacks the boss, it will do both physical and magic damage at the same time to him, so it kind of confuses his AI, and then he'll just die normally.
Oh, very nice point.
Huh.
The
Oh, yes,
Kutan
suplex.
team with the suplex.
I definitely made the wrong choice regarding my seed.
Oh, that's too bad.
Threw a dart at a board with 256 bullseyes and hit the wrong one.
Okay, so Bick is getting to the big Narsh battle, which is I don't know. There's not too much that happens. You dodge pretty much all the battles and then go kill Kefka. I mean, this was the place for me that it was like, whoa, this is huge. As a kid, I thought maybe this is towards the end of the game. I wasn't a very smart kid.
Never mind that there's like several characters that are in the manual that you haven't met yet too.
I don't read the manual. Maybe they're hidden somewhere earlier, you know?
Yeah, so dodging the soldiers in the Narsh multi-party battle is a lot easier than in the first Narsh one with the Mughals, just because there's places you can hide out. There is actually a much more advanced strat that you can do. That's kind of a variation of, well, it's another kind of NPC phasing glitch basically, where you can move tiles without triggering events, and they're going to be doing that in Kefka's Tower to skip to mini bosses. But you can also do it here to get to Kefka faster. But it's pretty difficult, and if you mess it up, you're pretty much stuck fighting soldiers for a good minute and a half to 2 minutes or so. So I guess we'll see if anybody actually goes for it.
Oh, I hope so.
Oh, one thing we haven't pointed out yet, the Omegas just did. They're at the end of the Phantom Train during that cutscene where you just kind of have to wait for Cyan. It's timed there, and the time still goes even while you're in the menu. And so, yeah, it's just good to do some of the menuing there to kind of eat up some of that time, I guess.
Yeah, you do have to exit the menu to continue the game, though. If you're still in the menu when the minute or however long it is runs out, it waits for you and you lose time.
Yeah.
It's not like the banquet where you get violently yanked out of the menu.
Time's up. No more menu.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for the day that like I'm rearranging an item and I have something just get glitched out of existence because I'm moving it on the wrong frame or something.
I wouldn't be surprised that could happen.
I mean, there is literally nothing about this game that surprises me anymore. That's how much of a mess. I mean, but the thing that I love too is that as buggy as this game is, you can play the whole thing casually without ever knowing it too. Because it's, I mean, a lot of it seems like most modern games that are really buggy have a lot of crashes and other ways to make it, well, like the mobile phone port of the game when it first came out too, like the Leo's glitch. But I mean, I think as a kid I noticed that blind didn't actually really seem to do anything, but I mean, I spent many hours playing this game as a kid without ever really realizing that evasion didn't work. I knew about Vanish Doom because, hey, when this game came out, there was no internet, so we heard about glitches in the game through friends at school instead of message boards and stuff.
I know I did trigger the sketch glitch one time. I got my first playthrough.
Oh yeah, we actually escaped a battle and had all of these economizers and gem boxes.
Dirks, yeah.
Oh yeah, lots of dirks.
We had no clue what happened, but it was pretty cool.
And so yeah, it was just fun playing around with all those extra items.
I'm curious on something too. I'm gonna quick add up the other teams FF4 and 5 times and see what 6 time they'd need to get under 13 hours, which is kind of the mark for having a pretty good time at the 3 games.
Oh man, LCC with that lovely preemptive there.
Yeah, preemptives in the Serpent Trench are worth their weight in gold. Because if you get it on an Anguiform battle, you just save a good like 30 to 40 seconds minimum.
And then he got the double Anguiform.
Alright, almost done. Oh, so yeah, let's see, yeah, it looks like to cut 13 hours, Team Chocobros needs to get under 5:28 at FF6, Team TrashCan needs to get under 5:18, Team Wyvern under 5:13, Team Ultros under 5:37, so it's very, very possible that all 4 teams could cut the 13, which in the past 2 relays has only happened once so far.
Oh wow. Well, I know that we've had some very good times so far.
Yeah, because all 4 of them have PBs that are pretty well below that.
Kutan give Kutan nice Kutan blah blah blah. Oh, I'm liking this.
Kutan give Kutan and Kutan. And then...
All right, your last chance for Kappa, everyone. There we go. That's what I expected, chat.
Yeah.
Good, good. Go, my pretties. Go. Enjoy the Kappa.
I hope Kappa is public domain or Twitch TV will owe Squaresoft a lot of money.
Yeah, public domain enough. Whatever.
Okay, so Vic, I guess we can actually talk about the Kefka at Narsh battle when Bathlo or LCC gets to it, but Once you've left and get actual control over your party, you want to have Edgar as your party leader because you get a 50% discount from the shops at Figuro Castle. But he actually has to be your party leader. The merchant still says you can't take money from the king, even if he isn't, but then he charges you full price.
And he doesn't give the discount to Sabin.
Yeah, what's
Or
up
Sabin
with
doesn't get the discount.
that? Yeah.
Whatever. Well, it's like, I can't take money from the king. King's like, well, I'll send someone else out.
Well,
for
you're
you
not
to
the
take
king,
from.
so there.
Yeah.
You're just the king's brother.
Yeah.
So when they're finishing off Locke's scenario without Celis, that generally actually saves time on these battles because just because of being able to run faster, and like you don't even need to use smoke bombs sometimes because of how fast Locke is. But it makes it a bit more dangerous too, just because if you get pincered and then don't get the smoke bomb off fast enough, you could die. And getting poisoned is a problem too, which can happen by those purple stingray enemies. Like I think I saw most of them pick up an antidote in the returner's hideout just for safety here. For that reason.
Guys, this is a yellow chocobo. It's a good chocobo.
Yeah, it's a Chocobro.
Mm.
Oh man, I wonder which scenario Fathlo is going to choose.
Well,
Ugh.
Dreambaum did have us all wondering why he did Terra first last time.
Why did he?
I think he just picked the wrong option, like he forgot where he was or something. But maybe he was. I can respect him just wanting to troll us too.
That's true. That's true. Oh man, I think Bix run is not just going Zozo, you know? going good. Not bad. Not Zozo. Never mind. But whatever. Whatever, guys.
Hey, bro, Sancha.
Yeah.
My girls know this place as the place where everyone lies.
Bic just did another NPC phase there to clip through that thief on the stairs too, which actually saves like about a third of a second, I think, over because of having to open the menu to do it.
Those are really aggressive things to say, chat. Thank you.
It's Arnold Schwarzenegger's favorite boss.
I always thought of him as DJ from Street Fighter.
Daluma.
And The enemies you worry about in here are slam dancers, just because single slam dancers can cast level 2 elemental spells, which if you're at full HP, they're generally not going to wipe you, but they'll kill at least 2 of your characters on average.
Even casually, one slap dancer is terrifying.
They only do that if they're alone, though. If they're with harvesters or other enemies, they won't use spells. The harvesters are super fast, though, so they usually attack you even on battle speed 6.
Oh man, those bad guys better. We're looking at Terra. They better leave her alone.
All right, so Daluma. So they're going to be going for a quick kill on Daluma, because ordinarily once you've done a certain amount of damage, Daluma will use healing items on himself and cast Protect, which wastes a bunch of time because of the animations and also adding a extra round to the fight. But you can kind of arrange the turn order in a way that you can ideally kill him before he gets to his second turn, so before he has a chance to heal. But if that doesn't work out, which can happen randomly depending on when he takes his first turn, there's a backup plan where you can wait to attack again until after his second turn, because then he'll call for help instead, and that overrides him healing himself. And
yeah, he calls his backup after like 30 seconds have passed in the battle.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll do that first before healing himself.
Yeah, and then you can pretty much 100% of the time kill. Oh, nice! Dick got the quick kill.
Good.
If he calls for back, I mean, because kind of a cool thing too is that even though Sabin's blitzes are untargetable, the target gets set after you do the inputs. So even if you cue Aura Bolt and then he calls for help, it's always going to target Daluma because he was the only enemy on the field when you did it. Oh yeah, this light puzzle LCC is on really, really hard.
Who needs to follow the light?
Yep. Yeah, they're deviating from the intended route a little bit there, just because it's they have to tag the dark light there. It's faster than going around, and
it's really easy.
Yeah. Plus, you literally just have to hold the A button when you approach it, and you win.
And you'll always get the dark one, the right one.
Wait, really?
Yep.
Oh, it always looked like you were really good at that.
No, I mean, it looks cool, but it's really easy.
Oh, are they getting Kieran?
Ooh, well, if they do, that means they still have the option to do 100% instead, if they want. That might cause some issues with getting a sub 13, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Unless they decide to go for sketch glitch.
So yeah, I died in lock scenario, so I lost like a minute and a half there. It was good.
Oh, did you get pincered in the cave or something?
Nah, vector pups. They got me.
Ooh.
Oh.
Aw, those puppies.
Take it you saved at the scenario select.
Yep, that's why.
Safety saves.
Basically, I want them to hit me so I can have low hit points for the guy who wants to kill me later. But they hit me a little too much.
Usually if you die, you've been hit a little too much.
Yeah, because it does make a pretty big difference when you want to die to the heavy armor as fast as possible, because assuming you don't change the battle speed, you have to wait a while for him to get his second turn. And Locke, I don't think, has any weapons equipped at this point, so can't really punch himself too hard.
He tries to punch, he's like, oh, that didn't even hurt at all.
Yeah. Locke excels at running away, not at hand-to-hand combat. But yeah, you'll notice. But yeah, you probably might have noticed for Vic's run that he had the running shoes equipped on Locke, and he also got a thief knife in Narsh after the multi-party battle, which gives him extra speed, and that all that together makes it really. I mean, even though your character's starting ATB, every fight is randomized. That usually means that Locke gets to go first and use a smoke bomb.
No, Kieran! No! Oh, Kieran.
Kieran forever alone. Yeah, so anyway, this is where the route for FF6 starts to kind of get a little more complicated, just because they now have Espers, which is how you learn magic in this game, outside of Terra and Celis. So a lot of the routing involves like having certain Espers equipped for certain bosses or forced battles to get magic points towards learning spells that you need. So to kick it off, they're going to start working on learning sleep and slow. I'd say, well, sleep especially are the big ones for Locke.
I'd say that's probably the most complicated thing about running this game, about routing it anyway, is figuring out which spells you're going to learn and where.
Yeah, because you want to do it so that you don't actually have to fight extra battles that the game doesn't make you fight, just for learning spells. I mean, in the any percent no sketch route, it often works out that you have to fight one battle after you get the airship in the World of Ruin to finish learning some spells, but everything else just comes from the rest of the game.
So is there no more seal fight grinding anymore?
Well, there's that. Yeah, that's for leveling up Terra. Although I was more talking
okay.
about just learning spells. Like, you know, like that technically, because you are. I guess you are working on learning Bolt too when you do that. Never mind me.
Oh, I finally figured out what you were talking about, Presentia. At first I thought you were talking about fighting seals. I was like, what?
What?
I don't know.
No.
I'm
Sencha.
confused.
No clubbing the seals. Okay. I love that on Fathlow's screen where after the fight, guy runs back and forth and then poof, just disappears.
Yeah. Alright, so we should probably actually explain the Kafka Narsh fight.
Oh, yes.
Since he's just about to do it, so kind of like the first battle with Ultros. Well, it's not quite as scripted as the first battle with Ultros. I mean, Kafka has certain attacks he can use on each turn, and on his third turn he can use Ice too, and if he does that and targets your whole party, you can die pretty easily. So you want to kill him before he does that, and it works out that you can, basically if you just wait trick during your first Aura Bolt, the damage stacks up fast enough that you can reliably do it. If you're new to the game, it's a lot safer to bring Celis instead of Gao for this. If you use Runic, then none of his spells will hurt you. But it's a little bit faster to use Gao instead, because then you're actually attacking him. Kafka with the poison kill on Cyan, killing his family too, wasn't enough. Right?
So we've got the opera coming up really soon.
Yeah, in past relays we've had a contest over with singing the opera as creatively as you can imagine, having either the audience or not so professional judges weigh in, but we had some issues the last time just because of the restreaming setup, making it so that if two runners were at the opera at the same time, then it didn't really work out. And plus we wanted to give that a break, just 'cause not to beat it into the ground too much, just because there's only so many things you can do with a format like this. But it's pretty traditional when you run this game to do something silly when you get to the opera. When I run the game, I like to have polls in my chat for what language I do it in.
I get out the fluffy brigade.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think anybody is really going to be capable of topping the Fluffy Brigade assisted opera from last time, too. Like Japanese speedrunners I've watched sometimes play like songs from anime during the opera too, and sing along with them.
Oh wow! Oh,
Nothing can top the fishing song, though, man. That was the best.
wait, which fishing song? I don't remember that.
You had to be there. On Nico?
Apparently.
There's this girl who was streaming some FF6 speedruns on Nico, and she has like a... I don't know if she's like an anime voice actor or what, but she has that kind of voice. And then she started singing songs during the fishing.
Oh, that would have been fun.
Yeah, that kind of like... Yeah, I think I saw part of that too. Just she had this kind of very kind of high-pitched, bubbly voice quality that like lots of female characters in anime have. Oh, and then also you might just notice too that Fathlo just ran away from a leafer instead of using a smoke bomb, and that's because single enemies are easier to run from than groups. So you can save smoke bombs that way, and it also sometimes can end up being faster to run away normally. Whenever they get a preemptive in a normal battle, they'll just run away too because it's guaranteed first turn.
Yeah, and it'll definitely be better running away preemptive. Usually you don't run a risk of running out of smoke bombs, but it can happen.
And the shopping he does here with the discount is to get basically ideally all the Phoenix Downs you need for the rest of the run, which are fortunately considerably cheaper than an FF5, especially with a discount on top of that too. Yeah. Along with getting some upgraded tools for Edgar, and then a big stack of Revivifies, because we don't like zombies in this game.
Everyone's welcome to have their own personal opera, by the way.
They'll all be off because of like the delay and stuff.
Yeah.
Right now I'm saying, "Oh, Maria."
Yeah, you make a good Draco, Carrie.
I make it, "Oh, Maria, please hear my voice."
Whatever how that works out. All I really got going for me is a good Maria, so...
How I long to be with you.
Yeah.
I'm a hero. Far away now. Oh yeah.
Yeah. The true Draco and Maria though will always be Essentia and MB for me.
Oh.
I'm the true Draco.
Yep.
I mean, he was one of the few Marias to actually have the correct flowers, too. One of the other just really minor things that I didn't know until I started speedrunning this game too is that you don't actually have to select the lyrics during the song too. You just need to have the cursor over it when the time runs out.
It's like, oh well, you made your choice. There you go.
I also didn't know that you can die to the rats and not game over.
Oh yeah, doesn't it just kick you out?
Which happened to Essentia during the first relay because
yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah, I mean, if you get 3 attempts to finish the opera, and then if you fail 3 times, then it's game over. And then dying, I don't know if dying to Ultros is game over, but dying to the rats just counts as an opera failure.
Yeah, dying to rats, it's equal to getting the lyrics wrong.
Yep.
Basically, the opera just gets tired of refunding everyone's tickets. They're like, we're done with this. We're so done.
There's a funky glitch in the Japanese version with those rats too, where if you get through without killing all of them, they're still there in the World of Ruin Opera House, and if you fight them and then die, it sends you back to the opera in the World of Balance. This game's a little buggy.
This just seems so wrong with no singing.
I know, yeah. I mean, I can't even hear the music playing on stream either.
I know.
Because if I did, I'd be hearing myself over the Skype call too. It was really fun to read the Japanese chat comments from during the opera too.
Oh yeah.
Last relay.
Didn't they vote for the guy who didn't sing?
Well,
I think
LCC got more votes than Magus did, even though he didn't actually do anything.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Maybe when the next set of runners get to the opera, I'll move the playlist to the OC Remix opera, which is very good.
Oh yeah, I like that one. Oh, LCC didn't get the clip through the guy on the stairs.
Aww.
Aww.
I keep blanking out whenever I get to that part. I'm like, am I on the right tile? I never am.
Alright, let's see if Fathlo gets the Daluma quick kill. Whether you can even go for it or not is luck dependent, because you need to get a certain number of attacks off before Dadaluma's first turn. Ooh, got the heal.
Ooh, well.
Not the end of the world, but it just drags out the fight a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He did use a lot of potions, unfortunately.
Well, it's always 3 and then safe.
Well, he sometimes
can use
uses
either tonics.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it pretty much just works out that it adds an extra round because of how much he heals.
Okay, LCC going for it now.
Incorrect blitz input. That's a funny way to say Aurabolt.
Yeah, even after running this game for a long time, that still happens.
Yep.
You mess up blitzes.
I sometimes fail Pummel on Vargas.
Yeah, I do too.
It's because I do it so infrequently that I'm just not quite as used to the inputs as the other blitzes that you use. I kind of like
Yeah, what happens is with blitzes, if you move to the blitz command and then press A too quickly, it'll not work.
Oh, you'll
That's what
double tap
happened.
it, yeah.
Because
Still
I
a
accidentally
good
moved down to
fight.
item, I had to move up to blitz quickly because I want to get it as fast as possible. And then I got that.
I think Bix did the fast stairs trick there, which is another really subtle optimization where if you there's certain staircases in the game that slow down your movement speed, but if you basically bump into a wall once you get onto them, it forgets to do that. So it saves like probably a second or so in the opera, and there's other places you can do it, but it's saving frames.
Yeah, I think it's just about every staircase that does that slows you down. But it's only if you enter, when you enter the room and you're on the staircase, that it does that it slows you down.
Mm.
Yes.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so like there in the opera house, when you enter that room, you start out on the stairs, and so that's why it's slow. But if you hold up first and then go over, you'll go up one fast. So there's a few places like that in the Figuro Castle basement too. Just a couple other places.
Yeah, and Kafka's Tower too.
Funnily enough, the task actually didn't do that.
Huh.
What?
Really?
Yeah. It only actually did it at the opera.
Huh.
Oh, silly task.
And for the rats they're fighting here, this is why they fought those pterodons with Edgar back on the river too, just because then that gives you a chance to one-shot the weaker rats with Flash. They have 299 HP, and I think level 13, I think, is what Edgar is at this point, has generally about like a 280 through 310 damage range with Flash. You also need to fight some of these rats to work on learning sleep before you go to the Magitech factory. You need at least 3, and then if you get 4, you finish it off. But getting 5 is just bad.
Yeah, you don't want to get all 5. But these rat battles can be kind of dangerous if they pincer you.
Yeah, because when you get pincered, if you get attacked in the back, like your character is facing away from the enemy that attacks them, it doubles. I think it just doubles the damage they take.
And then each of those battles can have either 3 rats or 5. And the 5 ones are nasty.
Mm-hmm.
And pincer attacks.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, kind of a safety strat you can do if that happens is actually to summon Stray, also known as Kate Sith in the Japanese version, because then it confuses all the rats and makes it a bit safer. Oh, people are asking why they skipped Kieran. It's just because but you both don't need it, and having an empty slot at the top of your Esper menu makes menuing a little more efficient when you want to take off Espers without equipping another one.
Yeah, the only way to unequip an Esper really is to select an empty slot. And so if you don't pick up Kieran, you have an empty slot right there at the top. So it's just convenient to leave him behind.
Plus, it makes the cutscenes after the Magitech factory funny.
That sounds so
yeah, he
sad.
starts
It's like
below and he's like, I'm still here.
leaving Kieran behind is convenient. That's just like the saddest statement of this relay.
Even sadder than not saving Shadow.
Eh. Looked like Big had a good Ultros fight down there.
Yeah. The second fight with Ultros is very, very easy with this route, though.
You get a preemptive on him. And then, yeah.
And then, and he's weak to fire, so if you use the fire knuckle that you get in Zozo and hit him in the back, that kills him really fast.
Yeah, he has
Ideally,
no
generally
hope.
before he actually does anything, too.
Okay, El Magus is going for the Daluma. Oh, Daluma got the heal.
I like how I think Locke died in like every Dabaluma battle.
Yeah. I mean, because Daluma can counter, and I mean, part of what you need to do to set up the quick kills is to have Locke attack him in the first turn, and if he counters Locke, there's a pretty high chance that he kills him. Nobody, it doesn't look like anybody had Daluma call for help. They either got the quick kill or he healed and then they killed him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And Kutan saved the day.
Oh man, well, I guess we still have El Magus who could take Kieran. Maybe one person will
Maybe
show
you
love.
will.
Okay, down on big screen is the coin toss manipulation, and yeah, he has to get a heads here. So let's see if he does. Oh, he did good. That was a joke, by the way. Okay. Let's see what else is going on here. It's just cutscenes. Cutscenes everywhere, guys. Do something. Stop the cutscenes.
Yeah, I'll play some opera music at least since
Aw, thanks.
Fatlo is there and LCC is about to get there.
Beach. Or Vic. I'm always gonna call you Beach. Sorry.
Well, the first time I saw his name, I always thought it was Bish, as in it was like German or something.
Yeah. Oh, there. Big is walking around and healing. Oh, this is exciting. Oh. Okay, people are doing stuff now. Good.
Yeah, this game it's the most cutscene heavy of the three, but it's still not really that bad compared to a lot of other RPGs. I mean, the only kind of really slow part of the game is the Masa Island visit, which is roughly the 3-hour mark.
Man, all eyes are on Kieran, though. That's what matters. He got Kieran! He got Kieran! Ah! Oh my gosh. This is the day, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, you have just seen a complete change in a route here. Nobody get Kieran before. He's going to be a huge part of what's coming up, specifically making things a little bit slower. Huzzah! Yay, Kieran.
Huzzah!
Kutan never leaves a friend behind. And the reason is... I am the president of the Great Kutan Army.
I'm irrationally happy right now, just so you know.
Alright, so then Bix in the Magitech factory now. I missed if you got the flame saber or not, but there's a lot of good treasure in here. Like you can get one of each kind of elemental saber, which the main use that you'll see here is equipping them to raise your magic attack stat. And if you want to really be safe on money, you can get Dragoon boots here too. But you get about 2 extra encounters for making the detour. And then the first boss here is Ifrit and Shiva, which is, well, it's if you try to fight them fair and square, it's somewhat challenging, and what they're going to do is also somewhat challenging, but it's quite a bit faster too. I'll let him do it and then explain. Yeah, and safety saving before doing this in a race is a pretty good idea.
Very good idea.
'Cause it can randomly fail sometimes, just because of stuff outside your control, really. So what they're doing is they're going to attack Ifrit 5 total times, which triggers phase changing to Shiva. And then
Locke takes a dirt nap.
see ya. Yep. when the game's either switching between Ifrit and Shiva or moving Ifrit, because if you cast 3 spells on Ifrit, he moves to a different part of the map and then casts Fire 3 on you his next turn. That counts too. But while the game's doing that transition, the boss flag, which is set on enemies and prevents you from running away, is cleared. So you can kind of abuse that window by holding L and R after you've gotten your 5 hits in to run away, basically during that transition point. I'm gonna get the grab a hidden break blade in the next area, and then fight number 24, the next mini boss.
There's so many weird little hidden objects. I mean, that you're probably not going to find the first or the 5th or the 15th time you play this game. Like, they're really, really sneaky. I mean, there's even a set of sprint shoes in Narsh that are just hidden in the wall.
Out of bounds, yeah. You have to hack the game to find them.
Yeah.
Alright, so number 24, despite being a robot, you can activate sleep mode by casting sleep, and then it'll as long as you only use magic attacks, you won't wake it up. And as you just saw there, you confused Edgar, and he also can counter too, and putting him to sleep stops the countering. And if it works out well, you will kill him before he wakes up.
There's a chance that LCC is going to be doing this battle a little differently later, so be sure you're watching at that point.
If he does, I believe it's just for the swag, since bringing Cyan to the Magitech factory I don't believe is faster in the English version.
Swag's good. Let's see if he does it
I
for
need
swag.
Sabin for magic. I could get rid of Edgar, but nah.
Yeah,
I've already chosen my party anyway, so it's too late.
mag rotors would be a little interesting without Edgar.
Fine.
Yeah, I'd have to use Shiva.
It was a while ago that you chose parties. Oops. You can reset though, right?
Sure.
Just go back.
Technically, if I got 0 rats, it would be faster.
Hey, figure out a way to clip through the rats then. Right? And you get some really useful Espers after this cutscene here, most notably Phantom, which lets you get the vanish status on your whole party. That's a status that's only in this game, where it makes you completely immune to physical attacks, but have 0 evasion to magic attacks, and if you get hit by magic attack, you lose the status. Definitely interested to see what strats the Forerunners use for number 128 too, just because there's several good strats for that fight.
Hey, I'm back now. I had to leave for a bit.
Hey.
Just trying to help some sad girls.
Did you tell them about Chrono?
No, they fell down outside.
Oh, well, that's less serious. Okay. Oh, well, too bad for them. Good job. Good job helping them.
Should learn their lesson after they, I guess, hurt their dad this morning, too.
Well, what happened this morning was Laurelyn, my 4-year-old, she climbed into the crib with our baby, I guess. And so Denton went to get her out, and when he picked her up, something went wrong with his back. And so he was out on the couch for a while. I guess he's feeling a little better now because he's at least up and doing stuff.
Yeah, at least there wasn't curling involved.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for those who don't know, at the first C4L marathon, we went curling afterwards, and there were quite a few injuries.
Yeah, I was one of the few uninjured Americans to be there.
Good job, Plexel.
Yeah. Pathway getting the 5-rat battle. If you kill all of the gray and green rats, the yellow ones will spawn more on their next turn too, which can make it take longer if that happens.
There's no benefit to killing 5 rats instead of 3.
Yeah, you still get the same number of magic points.
Yep, and he did get a few more. Okay, at least the black one, or the darker colored ones are a lot weaker.
Yeah, they've got 299 HP, and then the orange ones have 499, I believe. And here we have Mode 7 at its finest on Vic's stream too.
It's fine.
Yeah. I like to think of the kind of the equivalent of this in Final Fantasy IX when you're riding the Gargant after you escape from Alexandria Castle. Is kind of Square's way of apologizing for this part of FF6, trying to get that first-person perspective thing right.
Like, this is what it was supposed to look.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, they can. If Edgar with the flash and then like earrings and hero ring and then an elemental saber can one shot the red mags and then doing that plus attacking will kill the purple one. And then for some strats for number 128 they want to cast Phantom at some point during this, I think either after the third or fifth mag battle depending on their route. So we'll see if any of them do it.
Yeah, you can actually manipulate the battles you get here, like the specific enemies you get in each battle. And one of the things that determines that is whether or not your lead character is invisible.
Yeah, and who your lead character is, like that's why they actually moved Sabin to their party leader during their menuing before doing this too, because that gives you the highest number of red mags, which which is the fastest possible fight because you can kill them all with flash, which is a fast animation, and you get the most money possible from that too.
Oh, I remember I did this part like a billion times the first time I went through this.
Oh, as a kid?
Yeah, the card section was always scary because I'd watch to see it turning, and then when it went straight for a long time, I was like, oh no, the boss! Ah! And then I'd die.
If Fathlo had a terrible opera house, you got 3 5-packs of rats.
Oh, that's sad.
At least he didn't die.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, Ultros 2 is kind of a funky fight too, in that like Ultros moves. If Ultros actually gets turns, he can move around, but every place that he can move to is considered a different monster, so his HP changes every time he does that too. So it's why it's so good that you can kill him so fast with the strat. I remember MV once dropped an input and didn't bring Sabin to the opera, and had a pretty lengthy Ultros 2 battle that he sadly wasn't able to win.
Aww.
We did get to hear Ultros say, "Imp, old buddy, old pal," which I'd completely forgotten he said until saying that before he cast Imp song.
That's right, he has a lot of dialogue. Skip in speedruns.
Yeah, if you let that battle go on, then he moves around. It's not good.
Into the liquid opera stage.
Yeah. Each individual Ultros has its own set of hit points, so you have to wait until it goes back to the original.
There's like 4 different Ultroses, I think, in that fight.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so Bix about to fight the cranes. Someone want to explain how Joker Doom works?
Get lucky. Slots.
Slots, yeah.
Yeah, you were relying heavily on luck here. So no, well, what he does at the beginning of the battle is use echo screen. That's what it is. In order to manipulate some background values. These values determine whether or not you can get certain things with slots. And by using an echo screen, it allows you to get Joker Doom. So after that, you just have to be really careful with what you get with the slots. Now, there are different enemy attacks that can change that value as well, but luckily these guys aren't going to be doing any of that. So there goes the echo screen. Yay! And then there's a pause buffering that they'll be doing in order to line up the 7. The first 7 is the most important one when you're doing Joker Doom. The other 2, as long as you're reasonably close when you push A, it'll automatically select it. If you're far enough away, it's just going to ruin it. You won't get Joker Doom. So, first, manipulation. Second, pause buffering. And third, a little bit of timing.
Yeah, there's an interesting thing with slots where, if you've done it before, you probably noticed that if you get 1 diamond, then you're pretty much going to get all diamonds. It's just
or 1 chocobo.
Yeah, the game helps you. So whatever you get first, whether it's a diamond or a 7, whatever, if like a triple of that is allowed, if the RNG will allow that attack, then it will help you to get the other 2, as long as you're kind of close to them when you push A.
Yeah, it's 4 reels, I think, is the leeway for the 7s when you're doing Joker Doom.
Mm-hmm. But see, if you're trying to do the reverse Joker Doom, where you're trying to get 7/7 bar, the game won't help you get that second 7, because 7/7/7 isn't allowed, basically, by the RNG. So the reverse Joker Doom, you have to be careful with your timing on all 3 of them.
Mm-hmm. And if you go for Joker Doom and then fail, then that gets a little interesting too, because you can't just do it immediately. Try it again. You have to use some items or commands in order to move the RNG forward enough values that it's possible again.
Mm-hmm. The easiest way that I do that is just to have someone use a potion, do slots, and just get whatever. I just hold A and usually get Lagomorph. Yeah, I think that's all it is. I'm trying to remember now.
Mm-hmm.
Use a potion, then do slots and get whatever, and then you should be able to get the 7/7/7 again.
I think you need another echo screen too.
Is it? Oh, that's what it is. I thought I was forgetting.
Yeah.
One more echo screen also.
Mm-hmm. Then if you mess it up a second time, well,
it gets
you're probably going to
it gets progressively more and more complicated as you fail. I mean, sometimes once you are equipped to do it, it might be easier to just try to do reverse Joker Doom instead of regular, because you can do reverse Joker Doom anytime.
Yeah, there are a few battles where it just won't let you get the 7/7/7, even if you use the echo screen instead of the RNG. Such as like the tier battles before Kafka, you can't get 7/7/7.
And here we have.
Oh yeah, and here we have
Insta Baby.
Insta Baby
drama.
I'm glad your voice is fresh, because I've been talking for the better part of 10 hours.
And you've been here the entire time, haven't you?
Yep, I've been surreptitiously taking some breaks here and there, but yeah, otherwise I've been here the whole relay. It's fun though. I love these games. And I love seeing them get beaten fast.
It's kind of nice to take a break from Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Back to some Final Fantasy.
Yep.
Yeah.